Lead supervisor gets mad that coworker and I used our paid break to eat. Hi everyone. This is my first post on this sub, and this happened just now. This isn't that exciting compared to other posts, but here we go. I work in a lab that employs a lot of people nationwide, kind of irrelevant but whatever. We get a lot of cases from doctors and hospitals all across the country every day to run tests they order. Because of the sheet amount of cases we get daily, we have a lot of QC that needs to be done by the end of the week, and if it doesn't get done by Saturday night, we have to do a rotation every week to finish it. My actual supervisor said, we have to stay 4-6 hours OR until everything is done. There's this cynical, old woman who works in my department. She's a massive pain in our ass and sends endless amounts of emails a day, about fixing things that aren't broken, doing something wrong even though we follow her directions, all while she's doing none of her own work. She also happens to be the lead of our department even though she never sees any of us because she's in the back office, not in the actual lab. She works third shift. Today is my rotation. It just so happens to be my birthday weekend. My birthday was Friday, and my coworker who I'm doing the rotation with brought breakfast burritos for the two of us. Thankfully there wasn't a lot of work last week and there was minimal QC to do. After we stayed for an hour and were 80% done with our work, we took a paid 15-minute break. 16 minutes later we come back into the lab and she starts yelling at us because we went over our time, and she leaves the lab and calls our manager, who basically said it doesn't matter since we're still getting the work done. Old woman comes back and says that we can't leave until the work is done, even though she'll be leaving in about an hour. Okay then. We finish all of our work about 10 minutes after we came back from break, but since we're still on the clock, we're deciding to stay for the entire 6 hours doing mindless work. Cleaning already sanitized stations, deleting emails, dusting keyboards, Changan F pens, etc. Which will cost the company about $300 more, BC of OT pay, on our paychecks. All because we were 1 minute over. Like I said, this might not be as exciting as other posts on here, but this is the first time this overworked and underpaid oncology lab worker is doing something like this. And don't forget to take your bathroom breaks on their time, not your break time. If I'm doing a shitty job at work, I like getting paid to do it. Malicious compliance that ends in you getting more money is the best kind. I feel your pain. There is always so much drama in labs. I was a lab tech in the Navy, so there was some kind of new bullshit going on daily. Always at least that one grumpy person making things miserable too. God, I cannot stand people like that. Used to have a coworker at my first job that wasn't even in a supervisor role but would time people's lunches and then report him to their managers. My manager pulled me into his office once and said, look, someone put a complaint in that you took longer than an hour at lunch. Formally I have to meet with you. This is me formally meeting with you to inform you I don't care you went over an hour. Have a good day, just a ridiculously annoying busybody that nobody liked. We had a nice hour-and-a-half lunch the day she got let go for unrelated things. Good story, but won't your manager, not the old woman, be on the hook for OT pay? We had a grumpy old hag who was the same way. They finally got her out of her office to retire. Just so she would leave, my buddy and I offered to clean out her filing cabinets and send them home. Opened first drawer. Remember that chicken leg that guy was chewing on in Poltergeist? This was worse. We shut the door, went back to the safety of our cubicle and told the boss we were not that charitable anymore. If your lab is global, they can def afford it. Happy birthday. Smile birthday cake balloon. Of course she never gets anything done. That's a side effect of micromanagers. I'm a manager at a lab, and this is a classic management blunder. Let that shit go. The work is getting done. You cannot enforce every rule strictly, because the place would shut down from all the paperwork and meetings. If someone's not getting their work done, or they're taking long breaks while everyone else is busting their asses, by all means intervene. But don't count minutes. It's petty. The rules are best used when you have a problem with the work product or a team dynamic, not because you've decided to go on a power trip. Place I used to work for tried so hard to stamp out eating food on your break. They tried taking away breaks, tried making it mandatory voluntary lunch, or some crap like that. Everything they could. Corporate lab or adventure diagnostics. So Quest Diagnostics or LabCorp. This post is great, and is that good old bread and butter MC. No convoluted story, just straightforward comfort food. That's the way to do it. If she's your lead wants multiple counts of OT pop up under her name, they're going to start grilling her. Just make sure that you're getting all her stupidity in writing. She has an office in the back and works third shift. If she pulled that on me, her office chair would officially become my fart chair. When I ran my department under strict rules, it underperformed and the atmosphere sucked. I got written up several times. Did not get any bonuses. 1 year later I said F it. I am not doing one single thing. When I ran it without giving a damn about any of the rules or myself even doing my own job as a supervisor. My department was the most successful. We got bonuses, we performed the highest of all departments in the company. She's lucky you were even in. I take my birthday off as a personal vacation day, every year. Good work. Side note, it's so powerful to say. Don't speak to me that way, it's life-changing. Sounds like you work for W.L. Gore. Should have cleaned her office into a situation where she can't leave. I.e. polish, paint floor or shampoo carpet so she cannot exit office is actually locking her in is illegal. Can you complain about her creating a hostile work environment, or anything like that? It seems to be a common tactic with people who are incompetent to try to point out other people's flaws, real or imagined, in the hopes that nobody notices theirs. But honestly I think it has the exact opposite effect. I am functionally unable to waste time at work with nothing left to do. If I have 2 hours of work in an 8-hour day, I need to start the day with 6 hours of procrastination. If there's the option to be at home, then I'm at home, overtime be damned. As a leader, I have more important things than watching when someone is done with their break. Like prepping food for the grill. Specially prep food for the one guy with a rare food allergy where that food is practically in every flavorful dish but weirdly dried version is okay so he's not missing out on flavor. And figure out how much we all need to pitch in for lobster and steaks next month if everyone is up for it. You can say it's LabCorp, it's okay, tears of joy. So you came back from lunch a little late, she overreacted a little and you then stole a bunch of OT. Good on you, BTW, good to stick it to the man. No sarcasm. I don't see how this is malicious compliance, but okay. Comply until it hurts. And document everything. Lol. They're few and far between anymore. That lady won't care about your OT, it's not her money. Manager might hear about it, but that is still a third degree of separation conversation with your lead that might not even happen. Still staying till all the work it's done. Malicious compliance at its finest, winking face. Ha ha, I love it. But please don't tell any of your co-workers this, you might be surprised who is a tattletale. Damn, I thought you were going to say you left 10 minutes after break because all the work was done. Like okay old lady, we're done, so now we're leaving. Peace. I do so enjoy our talks. I also shat on company time. If I was going to be treated like crap, then I was sure as hell taking one on their time. Labor laws in the US are a joke and allow employers to drive their workers to mental and physical exhaustion. LabCorp. I feel you. I work in a lab, and I'm currently realizing just how manipulative my bosses are. They are the type to act nice, pretend like they care, but they also seem to enjoy manipulating me. I feel like the scapegoat, and no one else sees it except my husband. He works there but in a different department. I'm thinking perhaps labs aren't great places to work. Excuse my ignorance, but what is QC? Never not sham, my friend. It's not exciting, but it's so satisfying. Slap her in the face with a tire iron. Oh my god, Marisk, is that you? Man, sounds like a great quest you were on. What are you running where you can run QC anytime within a week? Even the weekly or monthly QC I've ever ran has to be done on a particular day at the very least. I always like the little petty things like this. Nobody really gets hurt, y'all get paid for the monotonous work nobody else would do, everyone kinda wins. But that supervisor is a real stickler for the rules, they gotta learn to take it easy a bit. Wow, I thought my best friend wrote this at first about her supervisor, but she's a microbiologist that works for our state health department. Why is it that old ass busybody bitches love to work in labs? Happy late birthday. I'm a phlebotomist and one of my jobs is at an oncology center. I'm figuring you guys are the recipients of all the funky sendouts that I draw, that I have, like the flow cytometries and JAK2 analyses and the kappa, lambda light chains and stuff. I can't imagine how much QC must go into that, considering that the tech who runs the in-house tests there does OT almost every day between the QC and manual diffs. You absolutely did the right thing, and hats off to you for how hard you work. There's a lot of really sick patients who it makes a world of difference for. You are the hero we don't deserve. Oh, and happy birthday. How's his name break up? Every little bit helps, the cause. Viva la resistance. Happy shortcake birthday.